Seedance 2.0 just landed at #1 on the AI video leaderboard, beating out models like VEO 3.1 and Kling 3. And if this model actually performs the way the rankings say it does, it will completely change how you create your AI videos. So in this video, you are going to see exactly what that means in real generations, and how Seedance 2.0 actually does against the best models out there. The platform that we're going to be using for everything is Higgsfield, because it gives us access to all the top models, including Seedance 2.0 in one place. If you want to follow along and test this yourself, I've left a link for Higgsfield in the description below. I want to take a second to actually talk about what Seedance 2.0 is and why this release is a bigger deal than most. This model has been anticipated for a long time. The reason is Seedance 1.5 already did something most models struggled with, which is multi-shot videos with consistent characters and environments from a single prompt. Seedance 2.0 expands on that. And what's nice is you don't need super detailed prompts to get good results. It's much better at understanding what you're asking for and actually following through. What makes its ranking so impressive is the models it is beating: Google VEO 3.1 and Kling 3. These are strong, well-established tools that have dominated the AI creation space, so outperforming them is worth paying attention to. Now, the real question is how it performs in actual use. Rankings are one thing, but real generations are what matters. Alright, let's actually generate something. Once you log into Higgsfield, head up to the Video tab at the top of the page. That is where all the video generation tools live. Once you are in there, you will see the model selector on the left side of the interface. Let's select Seedance 2.0. The layout here is clean. Your prompt and settings sit on the left, and your generations appear on the right. You can work in text to video or image to video mode. Text to video is for when you need something fast or want to experiment with ideas. Image to video gives you way more control over the final result, because you're showing the AI what it's working with. However, I will be testing out both just to see how Seedance 2.0 handles it. For this first one, I'll go with text to video, and I want to test something that requires the model to follow a specific sequence of actions and execute a camera movement at the same time. So, I'll paste in this prompt. I'm setting the duration to 6 seconds, changing the aspect ratio to 16.9, and hitting generate. The reason I am testing this specific scenario is that it requires the model to handle both the action sequence and the camera instruction. And a lot of models will get one right and completely drop the other. Let's see how Seedance does. The flame rises the way it actually would over a wok. The camera movement on the fire happens right when it should, and the ambient lighting in the background feels natural. What I am paying attention to here is whether the model followed the sequence. Wide shot first and then the push in, and it did. That is a strong first result. For the second text to video, I want to test natural motion with a subject that is known to be difficult for AI: animals in movement. I'll paste in my prompt. This one is impressive. The way the dog's legs are actually moving feels realistic. The water splashing under its paws is believable, and the low camera angle held throughout the clip. For a running animal, this is a great result. Now we are switching to image to video. I am uploading this image of myself sitting on a park bench reading a book. The image is clean and well lit. So this is purely about how well Seedance can animate from a starting frame. I'll put in the prompt, and as you can see, I'm asking for a rack focus mid-clip. This requires the model to understand depth, timing, and the relationship between two subjects in the same frame. It is not just about making things move. It is about making the camera behave like a camera operator made a deliberate choice. Let's generate and see what comes back. This result is super impressive. You can actually see the focus shift from my face to the leaf mid-clip. The expressions change in a realistic way, and the best part is that my face and clothes have remained completely consistent. That consistency from image to video is exactly what this mode is supposed to deliver. Let's do one more. I am uploading this image of a vintage red car parked on a coastal road, and I'll use this prompt. This time, we're trying to see if it can handle orbiting around a static object. because it's one of those camera movements that really expose a model's weaknesses. The model has to reconstruct parts of the scene it could not see. And most models either warp the object or lose consistency. But here, the orbit movement is smooth. The car stays consistent all the way through the movement, and the waves in the background are also animated. Now that we have seen what Seedance 2.0 can do on its own, it's time to put it against the biggest models out there. We are running 3 stress test prompts through 4 models: Seedance 2.0, VEO 3.1, Kling 3, and Hilo 2. Each prompt is designed to test something specific, and I'm going to walk you through what I am looking for in each one. Inside Higgs field, switching between models is simple. You swap it out while keeping the same prompt, settings, and starting frame. That is the only way to do a fair comparison, and that is exactly what we are doing. I'll upload this image of a florist. And this first prompt is specifically designed to test whether a model actually does what you tell it to. There are 3 distinct actions in this prompt, plus a specific camera movement with a clear start and end point. Starting with Seedance 2.0, every action is there. This is exactly what I asked for, in the order I asked for it. VEO 3.1 is up next. This gives us a cinematic high-quality video. However, the camera movement isn't exactly right. Kling 3 gets a lot closer. All the actions are there, but some are rushed. Great realism, but not the best at following the prompt. Hilo 2 simplifies the whole thing down to basically just touching the flowers. It's not a bad clip, but it's just not the one asked for. The takeaway here is clear. When you need a model to follow a specific sequence, Seedance is the one that actually reads the instructions. That matters, because it makes you feel like a director instead of someone who's generating and hoping they get something good back. The second prompt is a 3-shot sequence specifically designed to test consistency. What's the point if your characters shift? Let's start with Hilo 2. It struggles with this one. It's like generating 3 separate scenes that share a similar description. VEO 3.1 is pretty good. The wide shot especially looks cinematic. Each clip looks great on its own. Kling 3 is the closest we've gotten so far. It's pretty good at multi-shot sequences and character consistency. Finally, Seedance 2.0. The scenes flow naturally and everything holds up. That is the multi-shot consistency it was built around. The third test is about overall execution with natural movement, realistic physics, and cinematic quality. VEO 3.1 is impressive. The light on the water is stunning, and the dress movement is good. It's very competitive here. Next, Hilo 2. This is the weakest result here. The walking motion is okay, but the overall quality does not match the others. Kling 3 made a pretty solid result. The walking motion is natural, and the physics are all believable. Kling holds up well. Seedance 2.0 followed my prompt the closest. Although it might not be the most impressive visually, it creates what I envisioned. So on pure visual quality for a single shot, models like VEO or Kling might look better. But you are rarely making one single shot. You are building sequences, and the moment you need more than one clip to tell a story, Seedance 2.0's consistency advantage wins. One great clip that does not match the one before, it is still a problem. Seedance solves that, and that is why it sits at the top. And with Higgs field, you can access Seedance 2.0 along with every other model, all in one place. Click the link below to check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.